So guys, welcome to my another video. So today we're going to discuss about a Math Olympiad result round question 2023. So here we have been given a triangle, which is isosceles, and their side length has been given as 1 unit, and it has been also given that the area of this hexagon here can be written as a root over b over c, where a, b, c are co-prime to each other. So we have to find out what is the value of a plus b over c. So that's the value that we have to find out here. Okay. So basically, as since we have been given A, B, C are co-prime, and so what is ABC here actually? ABC are basically like the area of the big hexagon that can be written as root over A root over B over C. So that's the identification of ABC here. So in order to find ABC, we have to find out the area of the big hexagon here. Okay, I guess that's what we all know. I guess we got yeah. So we have to find out the area of the big hexagon here. So how are we going to find out the hexagon? Do you have any clue? I mean, we don't know any formulas for hexagon, so what else? Yes, there might be another option to answer that. And how is it going to do with that? Since we've been given that the triangles here are isosceles with a side length of 1 unit, what are we going? What can we do? What if we like if you look at the hexagon here, if we are to draw the hexagon, like divide the hexagon into more triangles, like we have to divide this like these square parts right here, right? These parts into more triangles here, similar to these ones, the darker ones. Similar to the darker ones, we are going to divide the square ones into more triangle. And what are going to happen with that? Since we already know these triangles are isosceles, we know the formula for isosceles triangles, their area. And now after that, if we just add all the triangles of this hexagon, we can easily find out the area of the whole hexagon here. So that's the step that we're going to do. So as our first step, so we are going to basically just what we're going to do here, we are going to divide the squares here into another triangle here, which is going to look like this. Sorry, yeah, which is going to look like this way. Okay, so in this case, in the new triangle is similar to the darker triangles around all of these ones. So that's the case here. So we are going to divide the whole thing just like that. Like here, one is here, another one is here, as simple as that. Another triangle is here. So basically now we got like a lot of triangles in this hexagon, inside this hexagon. And since we know the formula for triangle, isosceles triangle, so let's use the formula for that. And what is that? I hope you all know the formula for isosceles triangle is, which is b over 2 root over a square minus b square over 4. So that is the formula for isosceles triangle. So what is b here? B is the base, which is going to be fe or f, whatever these points are, all these bases here. And what is a? A is the side length, and which we have been given as 1 unit. So now we have been given the, now we know the side length, which is have been a, right? Side length is a equals to 1. But what about b? Do we know b? Now the question comes, what are we going to do with b? So let's think about it first. So since we've been given that the triangle is isosceles, it means all the side lengths are same, which means this one, the base, also the side length of 1 is equals to, it's going to be the same thing, which means a square is going to be equals to b square, because the side, both the side length and base are same, right? So is there any change here? Maybe none. So we can just write like, instead of a, we can write the whole thing as b square. Okay, so that's it, as simple as that. And now if we simplify this equation, we can figure it out. We find out this, it is going to look like root over 3 by 4 b square. Also, if anyone wants, you can just memorize this formula, root over 3 by 4 b square is equals is going to be the formula for every single isosceles triangle. You can directly use this formula too, anything is fine. But just to show you how this formula comes from, I use this formula here, that's all. So now just replace this b with 1 unit here. We're going to substitute b with 1, which is going to look like equals to 1 square is equal to just 1, right? So let's just cut the whole thing here. So it's going to just equal, going to look like root over 3 by 4. So that's it. So what is the value? So what is going to be the value? So what is this value of root over 3 by 4? Is it just going to be like the whole triangle, all of the triangles? No, it is just the it's just the area of the only one triangle here. So it just can be any triangle. Okay, it just can be any of the triangles. So basically we just assume like this triangles for area is root over 3 by 4. Okay, so that's what we got. Now how many triangles do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So basically you have around 13 triangles here. Okay, so now what is it gonna look like? Since all of these triangles are same, the area of all of these triangles are same. So what can we do? We can just multiply root over 3 by 4 with 13. That's it, as simple as that, right? Just multiply them with 13. And so what is it going to look like? What do you think? Of course, I just told you, just multiply. So what is it going to look like? So it's going to just look like fraction 13 root over 3 over 4. So that's what it's going to look like. And that's the area of the whole hexagon here. Okay. And since we have been given that the when we're going to find out the area of the big hexagon, it can be written as the form of a root over b over c. We can see that all these values here are co-prime to each other, right? Because 13 is co-prime to 4, 4 is co-prime to 3, 3 is co-prime to 13. So basically it means we have already found our best form here, which is a root over b or over c. And now if you compare this value with this one, we can easily say that a is going to look like, a is going to be equals to 13, b is going to be equals to 3, and c is going to be equals to 4. That's what it's about. 3 and c is going to equal to 4. Now, don't assume that b is going to be equals to root over 3. Why? Because the form already says it's going to look like a root over b, which means root doesn't count as the whole thing as b. B is separate. B has its own value of 3. That's all. Okay, that's now remember that. Now, what do we have to find out? We have to find out a plus b over c. Now, what is a plus b? A plus b is equal to 13 plus 3 equals to 16. And 16 by c is 16 by 4 is equals to 4. So basically, it means the whole answer is 4. So that's what our real answer for this one. So our final answer is 4. I hope you got that. As easy as that. I hope you all got the answer and you understood everything. If you don't, just feel free to ask anything in the comment box. I will reply right away. That's it. See you on another video.